Fall in Love with Sales. That is chapter 7. And I'll get right into it. See, you are always selling. All day long, you are selling to your significant other, partners, kids, coworkers, volunteers, parents, siblings, family members, and potential clients. Where to eat, why to do something, what will happen if they do the thing, what won't happen, and why is it in their best interest? You are selling all day, every day. And if you aren't practicing sales, you are missing the mark in a huge way. If you can't sell someone on why to work with you, you can't help them. Sell to them so that you can help them. I hear agents say, I don't want to be salesy, or I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to turn people off. Then figure out a way to communicate what you do and how you can help that's in alignment with your purpose. Say, I would never tell an agent to be pushy. First off, people can feel that from a mile away. And yes, they will run. A prospect can smell commission breath from across the room. Now, if you can show up that way and give off that vibe, it will reflect in your business. You see, you can't make someone work with you. You can focus on what feels in alignment with you and your communication style. I had a business partner who built a huge business networking and following and focusing on her SOI, her sphere of influence. And that's the people that know you, like you, and trust you. And in the beginning, I wouldn't touch my SOI. I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. So I focused on cold calling, and back then open houses and sign calls from our listings. And my point is that we both had huge businesses, and they're acquired in very different ways. There are agents on teams that focus on running open houses at a high level. Others host 2 to 3 events throughout the year and only market around those events before, during, and after. And that's a ton of outreach. Another team I know promotes only on social media. And there's actually a woman on the East Coast whose entire lead generation strategy is around turkeys. You see, for every referral she gets in a year's time, she will give that person a free turkey for the holidays. And she's known as the turkey lady. The news even covers it. I mean, talk about getting the word out. Now, my point is to decide what you will dedicate your time and energy to doing. And if cold calling or the thought of door knocking makes you want to throw up, don't do it. Because if you do it, you won't be in the right energy. And I have sat next to agents who didn't want to cold call, and it is painful to listen to, and it didn't produce any results. What you will commit to doing, think about it. What will you show up and do even on the days you don't want to? And you need to continue to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Consistency is key. And conversations equal currency. So go have great conversations, intentional conversations every day. You see, this is a relational business. Be you and build relationships. Ask for referrals. Ask people who they know that are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. And fall in love with sales. And the action step for this week is to practice your presentations. It could be a buyer consult, a listing appointment. Maybe you're looking at some scripts, maybe a cold call for sale by owner expired, whatever it is. And if you don't know where to start, YouTube it or Google it or reach out to me. I have tons of things that I can send you that will help you practice. But any professional, think of the athletes out there. The people are at the top of their game. They practice all the time. That's all they do. They actually practice if you take 100%, 80 to 90% of the time they spend in their craft or sport is practice, and 10% is on the actual game or event. Think of your business that way. What if you showed up and you practiced 75% of the time so that when you were on that appointment or making those calls for the 25% of the time, you were at the top of your game? Think of how your conversion rate would look. And that's what the people at the top are doing. They have systems in place, they have AI they're taking advantage of. They run their data bank versus a database, and they really pour into it. So I want you to really, really think about how much time you're actually putting in to falling in love with sales and doing the work that no one sees, because it's the agents that show up and do the work when no one's looking, that when they're out there in front of the clients, in front of the customers, trying to get them to become clients and prospects, you've got this. You've got it figured out because you've done the work, you've put the practice in. And I'm all about getting, especially new agents, into production right away, because I also don't want you to wait. And if you don't have a business partner or someone that you can rely on, especially if you're new in this business, reach out to me, because I have business partners across the country and actually in 23 different countries. So if you need a good running partner, let me know and I can find one for you, because it's so important to have that. I guess it just creates a lot of confidence to be able to say you're part of a team, or that you have a business partner that can help you. And yeah, I can definitely help you find one if that's what you need, because getting into production and getting that learning experience under your belt is the best way, I believe, to learn. And also, in the meantime, be practicing. Practice every day. If you have to get up early, get up early. If you have to stay late, stay late. If you have to skip lunch or eat and do it at the same time, you can find 10 to 15 to 30 minutes every day to put all distractions aside and just practice. If you did that every single day, I can promise you, you would be in the top 5 to 10% of agents, because most won't do it. It's very easy to get to the top because many people aren't doing the work and don't want to do the work. So be one of the ones that do show up for yourself and your business. And I can promise you, you can be in a completely different spot a year from now. And of course, if I can be helping in any way, you let me know, because I'm here and happy to do so. And next week, we are going to go over your goals. Are your goals worthy of you? It's about setting the right goals for you. And if you are not to goal, if you're listening to this live or within a week of me recording it, we're about halfway through the year. So reflect on where you're at with your goals and let's talk about it next week. Let's get you from where you are to where you want to be, and definitely check in and make sure you're setting the right goals for you. And I can help with that as well. So go sell something, go practice sales, go fall in love with sales. Know you're selling every day. And I would love to hear some of your successes. So drop those in the comments. Subscribe, like, share, whatever platform you're listening to this on. Just make sure to get the word out, because I want to help as many agents as I can. Make it a good one.